If your life ended today, right this moment, how many people's lives would truly be better because you were here? Think about that. How many lives have you affected? How many lives have you have an impact on during your time here? It's your boy Transformations Coach Avatar Fit, and we're going to talk about the C of the POLAC system. That last letter that we said is the cherry on top. Now, through the past weeks, we've had the chance to go through P, which is our purpose, O for objectives slash obstacles, L for the lifelines, A, which is the most important part, the action. But that cherry on top, guys, is changing people's lives. It's changing people's lives. And today, we're going to go through 3 fundamental questions that we must ask ourselves. Once we started living our purpose, is it really about us? And what's great is that the more we focus on ourselves, the more we see that at the end of the day, it was about contributing and having an impact in other people's lives, starting with our own. So get a pen and paper, get a notebook. Please get something to write this down, because these questions are fundamental questions that are going to help you through your journey using the POLAC system and awakening that inner champion within you. So here we go. I'll give you another 10 seconds. Make sure you got a pen and paper, something to write down. Here we go. Question number 1. Who in your life has been changed because of you? And who could you change if you stepped up more? So whether it be a client, a child, a teammate, a stranger, if you decided to be more serious about who you are becoming, because we both know, you and I, that the person we become is the most important part. So if you got more serious about that today, right now, whose life could be drastically changed? Think about it in your work environment, at home, your friends, your siblings. So I'm going to say that question one more time. Who in your life has been changed because of you, and who could you change if you stepped up just a bit more? All right, guys, today is going to be short and sweet. Question number 2. If you knew you had the power to change at least one person's life this year, what would you stop doing and what would you start doing? So let me say that again. If you knew you had the power to change at least one person's life this year, but you know where you have to stop and you know where you have to start, are you willing to do that? And what are those things that you have to stop doing? And what are those things that you have to start doing? And I'm going to say with intensity and focus, right? What are those things? It's very important to pinpoint those things. So go through the list of the things that you have to stop doing, like procrastinating. What? To be honest, I'm a firm believer that procrastination doesn't actually exist. It's more of, it's not that important to us. It's not that important to you, because if it was, you wouldn't be procrastinating. If you're in the house and the house is on fire, well, it's important for you to get out. You're going to get out. Nothing else matters. If you're a parent and you're in the house and it's burning and your child's upstairs, nothing else is important as getting your child and getting out the house. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's to have that mentality, that switch that I can keep on, that I need to start doing and keep doing in order to become. So let me ask that one more time. If you knew you had the power to change at least one person's life this year, what would you stop doing and what would you start doing? Question number 3. What is one way you will commit to contributing this week? Not for recognition, but for impact. So what's one thing that you're going to do this week in the life and the lives of other people around you but not to be recognized for it. Actually, the only recognition that we need is from God and ourselves. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't have to, you do what you want, but when you look at yourself in the mirror, you better make sure that you love you and that you recognize you. So anybody else's recognition is a plus. Make sure you do that every morning. Pass by the mirror, say, hey, you are meant for greatness. You are a person of action. I love you. And guess what? I forgive you for everything you've done, that you're doing. And hey, everything that's coming up, you might make mistakes. I forgive you. So guys, when you live, I took down these notes, guys. When you live only for yourself, your world gets smaller. Your problems feel bigger. Your stress feels heavier and your life feels limited. Let me say that again. When you live only for yourself, your world gets smaller, your problems feel bigger, your stress feels heavier, and your life feels limited. I'll put this into context. Yesterday, I had my coaches work out at my place, and we emphasized doing every movement at the same time. We had to follow the leader, and the leader had to make sure he was going at our pace, and so on and so forth. And do you know what happens to the physiology of each person when they're moving at the same rate, doing the same movement after a certain amount of time? The heartbeats start to align. They start to inhale and exhale at the same time. Everything about the body, the signals that are going to the body, becomes aligned and synchronized. But that only happens when the team is together, when there's an impact from one person to the other. So when you live only for yourself, your world gets smaller, your problems feel bigger, your stress feels heavier, and your life feels limited. But when you live on purpose, very important, on purpose, something changes. You start seeing your gifts, your story, your struggles, and your growth as not just for you, but as tools to serve others. I'm a firm believer that everyone has tools, different types of tools to build the life that they want. And it's so important once you recognize your tools that you open up and share them with others. So listen to this. You realize your strength isn't just for you. It can inspire others. Your strength isn't just for you. It can inspire others. Your discipline isn't just for your goals. It can lead others. It can show others how to attain their goals. Once you find your purpose and you start going after that, setting your goals and putting the lifelines and looking into the future and seeing, okay, this might come up. Let me set up the solution right now. So when it does come up, I'm already past it. When you start doing these things day after day, going through the motions, getting better day after day, that's when people start to get inspired because of your consistency, not to prove anything to anybody else, but to know that you're becoming the person that you are meant to be. That inspires others, and you've simply been working on yourself. This is important, guys. Your pain wasn't just for your healing. It can help someone else heal. I'm a firm believer that the situations, the journey that we live, some situations we live on our own, but those situations are circumstances other people are living as well. And those people are looking for someone who has made it out. They're looking for someone who has the solution. So when you're going through the storm and you make it out and you look back and you say, wow, I was able to make it out. Here's what I learned. Someone is in the storm, is entering the storm or in the storm at this very moment, and they're just looking for you. They're just looking for you. looking for that answer. So remember that all the pain that you're going through in your situation is healing, not only for you, but for the person that's just about to go through the same storm. And at the end of the day, all of this, guys, that's why changing lives is a fundamental part of the Polack system. The first four letters, they're great, they're for us, but the last, the C, the changing lives, to contribute to society, to contribute to my family, that's the little cherry on top. So as you go on and you find your purpose, guys, next week we're going to jump in and we're going to dive deep into finding your purpose and living it to the fullest. Make sure that you look to your right, to your left, and see if there's other people going through the storm, because you just might have the solution to the problem. It was your boy Avatar Fit. Stay fit, stay blessed, and keep applying everyday progress.